Hi folks, I'm now 1 week post-op and I just wanted to show you guys that I'm doing very well for myself. Post-op care is a bit of a nightmare. The surgery itself was literally a walk in the park due to what followed. For the first 5 days I had to wear drains in, and that was not very fun, especially sleeping. I didn't sleep very well for the first couple of nights. Now I'm starting to get used to the fact that I can only sleep on my back even now because I still have to wear the surgical vest because I have to put dressings and non-stick pads over the drain holes and put bacitracin on my nips and the drain holes on the side, which was right underneath my armpit, so movement is still a little bit hard. I can't really reach over and grab something from the cabinet in the kitchen, so most of the stuff beforehand was already put around within arm's reach and not make sure that I'm not overstretching my arms. So my arm movement right now is basically like this. I can't go higher without causing myself a great deal of pain, and I don't plan to, not so much cause myself pain. But right now, I'm still wearing this. I'm not really dressing myself very nicely around the house. I'm wearing my uncle's old shirts because he's not using them anymore, and since I can only wear button-ups still, might as well just use somebody else's shirts before we throw them out. Might as well put these to good use, you know? So post-op care is actually a lot harder than the surgery itself, because the surgery itself, after I arrived at my Airbnb and I got ready for my appointment, I basically just went in there, had my physical, peed in a cup, waited, got my IV stuck in through my the vein in the back of my hand, which was not very fun. I don't like looking at needles, so I had to look away as they pinched it right in there. And afterwards, I got to talk with my family and my boyfriend for a little bit before the doctor came in, drew on me with like a purple Sharpie of like what he plans to do to make my chest look as well proportioned as possible. And then we waited an extra 3 minutes, and then it was time for me to wheel my ass over to the operating room, in which case I don't really know what happened. I remember going into that room, seeing myself surrounded by a bunch of people with wearing surgical masks and like with tools and stuff, and then all of a sudden everything was just a blur. I don't really know what happened. Like they didn't even tell me that they were gonna put like anesthesia or ask me to count to 10 like I heard everybody else's experiences. But then I blinked and it was over. Like there was no waking up or like feeling groggy. I just blinked and I found myself surrounded by my family and my boyfriend, and they said, "Oh, you were really great, there's no complications, your chest looks awesome, you're already zipped up and wrapped up in surgical dressings, and you have like your vest already there." Because I looked down and I was just like, oh, that's pretty much what happened. Wow, that was quick. So they gave me like a sheets and like drains hanging down on my tubes, and my boyfriend was responsible for emptying the drains because my dad's pretty much a coward, and my mom was like, "Oh, I know how to do it. I would just prefer to let him do it." So it's good that my boyfriend came along, otherwise like I would have been in really big trouble if my parents couldn't empty the drains. The first couple of days were kind of a nightmare because one, I didn't have a bowel movement for about 4 days until the drains were out, or maybe it's just a combination of prune juice and stool softeners that helped it along and it was just a mere coincidence. Or the fact that like I couldn't really move my arms very much, and it was very hard to get very comfortable with the drains hanging out. So the drains are the biggest part of what really annoyed me post-op and when recovering, and like laying at home not really doing anything is also another thing, because I'm a very active person, at least I was before I went under the knife for top surgery. So this was very boring in terms of recovery. I had to basically drown myself in episode of Scrubs. My post-op was 5 days after top surgery, so like it literally passed just like that. And then I went in, like had the surgical dressings basically ripped out because it was like literally a large adhesive attached to my chest, which was ripped out, and my drain holes were also snipped and also pulled out. And just to give you guys an idea of what my chest looks like, because I can't really open it and show you guys, here's a video clip of it.
Well, right here around the arm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alright.
You're doing good, you're doing good.
Yeah, I just gotta
focus, like go somewhere nice. Like where do you want to go on vacation? Go, I don't know.
Florida,
maybe. Really? Okay, what part of Florida?
Okay.
He's like, I'm not going to Florida.
I don't know, it's just like the top of my head.
Because I used to I just moved up here from Sarasota.
Oh God, this adhesive. No wonder it really stood in place.
Oh yeah, because it loves you.
Oh yeah.
Adhesive loves you.
Oh boy.
Okay, one more.
Ah.
Oh, yay!
Ah.
Okay.
It was like a wax.
I told you. This was going to be most annoying than...
How's it looking? Good.
My God, it looks really good. Excuse me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, wow.
Yo.
Yeah, you're going to see all this redness here. This is all irritation from this.
Oh, so that's what that was.
Oh, does it itch like crazy now?
No, it doesn't itch.
Oh.
I'm still feeling that adhesive.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Yeah.
for like.
Oh,
for the
God.
solid
Yeah.
or
So how's it looking?
It looks so good. Oh my God.
Perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
5 thumbs up.
I agree. I agree.
As you can see, it looks great. My nips are still looking like scabs, but it's itching all over in my chest right now. I have to wear this vest for an additional week. Well, 10 days, but as of today, it's going to be an additional week. And I have to change the dressings twice a day, one in the morning and one before I go to bed at night. And then after that, I can make do without the vest, and then I'm going to do the same thing still. The only difference is it's going to be held up by surgical tape, so hopefully by this time I can actually wear a t-shirt or a tank top if able to, but we will see. Because right now my arm motion isn't what it used to be, and it's going to be a little while before I can. And still, I can't really sleep in my preferred sleeping position because on the side it's very uncomfortable, and I also should not be laying on my stomach when sleeping. Otherwise, recovery and top surgery basically went without a hitch. I really like what I'm seeing down here. I just have to take extra care of like making sure I don't stretch the scars or do anything that might damage them in any way. So now that Medalie's done his work, it's really up to me to make sure that like I follow through with my post-op care, because it is quite a lot more, and it's actually a lot more complex than the surgery itself. It's basically, surgery is the easy part. All in all, I just want to say I'm really happy, I'm safe, and I'm recovering very well. I just really don't like wearing this vest, and I wish I could just pull it out, but I'm going to be a lot happier now that I cut my hair, because a big problem that I've been having is trying to shower with my limited arm movement and trying to bend over in the shower, making sure like the spray doesn't hit my chest because it's not supposed to, and trying to literally wash the entirety of the mop that is on my head was a bit of a struggle. So I tried it twice and I was like, no, this is not going to work for me. So I went off and got my hair cut, and a lot of people seem to like it. So yeah, I think I'm liking it. It's probably going to keep it for a while, especially now that it's going to be a lot easier to wash my hair now that I don't have that much to wash, you know? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button. I got a lot of videos coming your way now that I actually have the time, and I'm going to be here in my house recovering. Also, if you found this video helpful or you're just happy for me in general, give this video a thumbs up. What are you waiting for? And I will see you all real soon.